What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Check it out. We're back at it again. I want to show you guys this cool bass line that I did in the Newport Jazz Festival. It's actually pretty simple, and some of it requires some of the things that I've taught you guys before in the past dealing with arpeggio. So I want to show you really quick, and I'll break it down afterwards. So here's the video. All right, so as you guys can see, that was a simple bass line, really just from the F to the G. We're in the key of E flat major, and then we're going back and forth from the 2 to the 3. So the second scale degree to the third scale degree. So F minor, which is the 2, and then G minor, which is the 3. I always say, as a basis, if you're trying to figure out a bass line or create a bass line, start with that. That's a great foundation, great starting point for building a bass line, is just starting with the arpeggio. So let's break this down to its purest form. I'm going to start with the F minor arpeggio. So we have F, A flat, C, E flat. Now we're going to add the 9 to that. So F minor 7 arpeggio, which we already know. F minor 7, F, A flat, C, E flat. We know that. Okay, then now we're going to add the 9, which is the G. And that completes the arpeggio. So do, 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 do. Then walking back down, we're actually walking back down with the triad. So we have the root note, 5th note of F minor triad or F minor arpeggio, 3rd, minor 3rd, and then the root. Okay, so very simple. Boom, 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 and then immediately to the G. So what I want to mention is, before we go any further, where are these arpeggios coming from? They come from somewhere. It's not just the natural minor scale, which we're kind of used to just playing a minor arpeggio or minor 7. Automatically think Aeolian or natural minor scale, which we also know that we can have different minor scales with that. Okay, different minor scales with it. It's not just natural minor. It can be Aeolian. It can be Dorian, because that's a type of minor scale. Phrygian, that's a type of minor scale. Locrian, that's a type of minor scale. So we have to be conscious about what we're using. And before, I mentioned that we're playing the 2 and the 3, the second scale degree and the third scale degree. So if we know that, we match that up. We have second scale degree, which is Dorian, right, if we're talking modes, and then third scale degree, which is going to be Phrygian. So these scales will work right on top of these bass lines or right on top of these chord progressions. So we have do, 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 do. We have F. So that's the scale that corresponds with that arpeggio or that bass line or that chord. And then next we have the Phrygian, which is going to start on G. Do, do, do. So it's going back and forth. Back and forth from the 2 to the 3. Just wanted to throw that in there for you guys to understand exactly where these arpeggios and notes are coming from. Okay, so the next arpeggio starting on G. I do this one a little bit different. I don't play the 9 on that arpeggio. Only because it's like it's almost a flat 9. If you think about it, it would be a flat 9. It doesn't really sound that great. Yeah, it's weird. It just sounds weird on top of that bass line. So let me play it for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So original grooves, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to change it to the 9. It's just a weird note to make, especially with what's going on inside of the music or the chord. I think I end up changing that bass line or just kind of altering it so it can sound a little bit more decent. So now what I'm playing the B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm actually playing the minor third instead of, or the 10 or the 3. Is that in tune? It is not. Anyway, so the minor third, I'm playing that, or the octave of the minor third with this bass line. So same exact rhythms, and I'll have this written out and everything so you guys can follow along. All together, boom, 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 boom. Walk down triad. All right, now G, doom, do, 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 minor third, octave 5, 3, 1, and that's the whole entire bass line. And I pretty much stayed there for the entire thing. It really doesn't take much for, you know, something or a piece to feel good. So I stayed there the whole time, just held the bass down. Nothing too fancy, nothing too out of the box, just making sure I'm staying with fundamentals, making it feel good. So if you guys want to try that out and actually create bass lines just like that, I actually recommend that you guys do that, especially as a start to creating some bass lines. And it'll open up a bunch of doors for you. If you guys saw in the previous lessons, we talked about, you know, playing those or creating bass lines or trying to find things to play inside of the songs that you already play. And you can use this element as far as finding arpeggios or finding these notes, finding these scales to, you know, venture out or just try to, you know, be a little bit more creative with your bass lines, even rhythmically, dealing with the same notes but changing the bass line rhythmically. So I can do the same thing. I can change the rhythm. Because originally it was boom, 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 dum, dum, dum. I just did da, doo, doo, da, 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 da. Same notes, different rhythm. See what I mean? It made the bass line feel that much different. And I could have done that actually, but I wanted to just kind of stick with one common rhythm, common bass line progression, so it wouldn't be so distracting to the listener. But anyway, hopefully you got something out of this, and make sure your notes are coming out clean, clear, and precise. I would love to hear you guys' take on it. Also, if you have any questions and or comments, you guys know what to do in the comment sections below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.